Hello. I know many of you have definitely inquired about like how I use the my revenue generating strategy of responding as a way to get clients. And I think I came across this and I just thought this is such a perfect example of my strategy. So you can see here, Marcy is asking for creative ways. She talks about her business, to market films and social media to create awareness and that type of thing. So there's only a handful of comments, which is one of the things I like to do because I don't like my comments to get buried. So I look for ones, if it had like 87 comments, I probably would skip over it because my content would tend to get buried in that type of thing. So there was one. This one only had three. So here Danielle offered something very traditional, just, whatever. And it's a fine answer. But then you can see my response. And so I give her five different options, all of which are very different um, and very creative, if you will. And so, anyhow, so she just says, "Wow, thank you." And then this is where "Don't be a douche" is appropriate. This is the used car salesman, the sleazy sales strategy. So Nathan goes on and he talks about this. And and then she says, "Thank you. Do you have a way to collect emails to your website to go that route?" And then here's where he says, "Absolutely. I have a number of different solutions for that I'd be happy to discuss with you. Don't be a douche." Okay. Wrong. So here's me. So anyhow, I just responded and I'm not quite sure. I was looking at the dates of these and anyhow, this just kind of popped back up in my I get email alerts on different things. And so this just kind of popped back up on in one of my email alerts. And I thought, I know it's old, but it's almost a year old. But I tagged Marcy and here's what I did that you could use for lead gen to collect email addresses for Nathan's suggestion. And it's like, okay, he's not going to answer the question for you, but he'd be glad to have that conversation. Sleazy, sleazy salesman that just has, "I want to pitch to you all day long." So I just give her one recommendation, an interactive film quiz with personalized movie recommendations. And so once again, I give her a creative solution and I tell her why it's effective. Um, and of course, it's fun. So anyhow, my next step is since I've engaged with her a couple of different times, I'm going to go back and I'm going to look to see if her and I are connected on this particular platform. If we're not, that's going to be the first thing I do is connect with her. um, and then I'm just going to say, "Hey, I'd love to hear more about your business." And during that conversation, I will refer back and ask her if she used or liked any of my recommendations, um, any of these. And then I'm going to say, like, "Oh, I noticed you really didn't get the answer for your lead gen. So I gave you a solution for your lead generation. And I'm going to talk to her about that as well and just see what she says and see where the conversation goes." So this is a prime example of, obviously this just has ick and I want to sell to you all over the place. But this is a way to show value. So if you want to increase your income by increasing your impact and your influence, this is one of the ways to do it. And so, she's already said, "Wow, thank you." Um, And a lot of the times I get more than just that type of a response, but still that's a pretty good response. Um, and but you know, make it like just having little mechanisms in place where you can circle back, see where else you can provide value. I happen to have an email where I get notified with certain things, and that's kind of my trigger to circle back. So because there's no way to remember all of the things, right? So anyhow, I hope you found this useful, and this is a useful tip. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.